in.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured with fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
What is up, y'all? What is up, TDT crew? It's your girl EJ in the building.
And it's your girl Tika.
And y'all, we are here to talk about a Christmas movie because, listen, it is Christmas time and why not? We got to get into the spirit. So we're actually going to be talking about Christmas Every Day. This was starring Brandy. Had her daughter Sarai in it. Debbie Morgan was in it. It had a little cute little cast going on. I was here for every last single bit of it. We were supposed to do this on last week. We didn't get a chance to do it on last week. Had an emergency, but we here this week, y'all, and we having some technical difficulties. I'm just telling y'all ahead of time, just so you know. So if you watch this on the replay, we apologize in advance, but you know, it is what it is. Tika, first and foremost, let's just say congratulations to Tika's baby girl. She done graduated from college, y'all.
Hey, look at God. Look at God. Congratulations to my baby girl who has endured so much this last year of trying to complete this whole school and degree and all of the things. So congratulations to my baby girl, Tariana TK Nyson. If you are listening somewhere, your mama is proud of you. So thank you, EJ, for the love and the support you absolutely showed me. I saw the posting, and those of you that said congratulations and all that, thank you to those of you as well. So yeah, you guys are excited.
Absolutely. We hope y'all can hear us because, child, we don't know what's happening with StreamYard. I promise you we don't. But we hope that y'all can hear us okay and all the good stuff. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a cute movie. When it comes to this time of the year, I really started like gorging on Christmas movies. Like I be ODing on them. And I like a good little love story Christmas thing. But I was talking to Candy last night and she was talking about like just different types of Christmas movies, which I never really thought about other types of Christmas movies. Like there really are different types. Like they're like action movies and scary Christmas movies. Like I never really think about those type because I always think about the happy, all that type of stuff, the loved ones and things like that. Do you ever think about those, like just the other ones, or do you always come to this type of Christmas movie too?
I like all of them. I like the Grinch. I like anything that has a little scariness to the Christmas. I like everything that has a little mystery to the Christmas stories, and I absolutely love the feel-good ones as well. And what we're about to talk about is one of those feel-good ones. But I like all Christmas movies, all of them. Give me some Grinch. I love the Grinch, especially not that old school Grinch, that new school Grinch that was taking folks out. Like I love stuff like that. So yeah, call me
Girl, weird. That is not Christmassy. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But listen, I'm here for it. She opened my mind up is all I can say. And now I've been going down a list of like, what can I watch that is not a feel-good Christmas movie, but still has a Christmas edge to it. So, there's that. But I won't lie. Last night I was looking at This Christmas. So it is what it is, y'all. It's my go-to movie.
Absolutely.
And I didn't
have This Christmas on your Christmas list. I don't care what household you live in. This Christmas is the movie to watch every single year, in the middle of the year, in the beginning. Like that's the movie to watch.
Mm-hmm. I watch it every year. I watch that movie every single year, and I look at it like I watched it for the first time every single time. EJ, you are fine. Tika sounds like she's on 2.5 speed.
Hell, I
I
don't
know
even
she
know.
sound like she going fast. She sound like she going. Girl, we can't tell you what's going on. We really can't tell you
What the hell is
because
going on?
my voice sound okay, but I think I'm moving like in slow motion. Listen, StreamYard, now I need to get it together. The people out here paying their hard-earned money for this. Come on now,
That
get it
part.
together.
That part.
But yeah, we gonna try to get through it regardless. You know, this is our movie night, and we are gonna be doing Christmas movies this year, or this year. We're gonna be doing Christmas movies this month. So we're starting out with Christmas every day. Listen, first and foremost, I mean, this one was just basically about a workaholic. You know, she worked really hard to take care of her family, to do all the things. She wanted to make sure that her father, you know, was proud of her. And she put in the work, and she had a dream. She wanted to create wedding dresses because she wanted to make people feel good on their special days. But you know, life and stuff takes you down a different path, and you get, even though you start out in a career to get experience, you end up kind of staying in that career because you start to make traction and motion, and then you kind of let the things that you really want to do go. And that's kind of where we were here. Even in her life, as far as her love life was concerned, we saw the same thing. Like she's just kind of settling for this guy because they look good together on paper. She's busy, he's busy, but what does she really want? And is this really the right thing for her? I was here for it. I thought it was really cute. I love seeing Brandy and her daughter Sarai play in a movie together. And I'm always here for Debbie Morgan. Like, who don't like Debbie Morgan? Any thoughts over just the initial thoughts of the whole movie?
I mean, I loved it all as well, but I'm here for Christopher Joseph Riley. Anything that he does at this point, he can't steer me wrong. Like, I love anything that he does. But I definitely want to shout out Kelvin Hare. Like, for those of you that know me, I am a Ruthless fan. And so this was my original George. Kelvin Hare, who portrays Sarai's fiance in this, he used to be George. He was George before, you know, Stephen Northfleet became George. And so I would definitely, and he's also been to All Things Ruthless YouTube channel. So I would watch anything that he has been in as well. So I love the whole movie, the whole feel. Love it, feel good. Yeah, very much so.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love that. I didn't know that he was George. I guess I wasn't paying no attention.
That's the original one.
I was going to say they got to go back to them early episodes when Al and I was just flying through them. We weren't paying attention. We was just next episode. We binge watched it. But we got to talk about the cast. So tonight I'm not really doing this the same way we typically would do. Like, you know, this happened. We all know what happened, right? We know what happened. But we're going to talk a little bit just about each character and their story and what we felt. And I made this on last week, y'all. So let me just. Okay, I had to remember what my thought process was when I was going over this. Y'all, don't hold me on this one. But I actually put all the character names on here so that I could remember what each character's name was. If y'all see me look to the other side, it's because I'm blind and I need a bigger screen. So I'm looking on my second screen. But we had the mom being played by Debbie Morgan. Her name was Evelyn, and we know that she was going through something. She's losing her sight, and she was a artist, and as a matter of fact, she specialized in like wood artistry, which is a really intricate type of art. I mean, anybody who can create things with wood, oh my God, it's just an amazing talent to have. I couldn't imagine losing my eyesight and then not being able to do something that I really enjoy doing, you know. And that's kind of where we meet this character. We also are going to get a glimpse of the father who has passed away. So not only is she going through that, but she also has her husband who has transitioned not even a year ago. This was his favorite time of the year, you know. We have Belle, who is the sister, who is Fancy sister, the younger sister. We have Dina, who is the middle child, of course. Anthony is the fiance of Belle. They are getting married on Christmas, which is a tradition for the Valentines. We have Malik, who is Dina's husband. We have Jalen, who is a love interest, but we also have Richard, who is her current boyfriend. We have Lila, who is her boss. We have Jermaine, who, for all intents and purposes, I would say was the antagonist. And then we have Tia, who is just, that assistant that's going to ride for you. So that's kind of what the cast is made up. Are there any particular characters that you really gravitated towards in this one? Oop, I can't hear you. Okay. And while we let Tika, there she go. There she go. I can hear you.
I had to switch microphones. But I don't know. Like all of them had a moment or had a thought or something that a feeling that I felt for each one. But I'm still looking at Evelyn. Like, how do I look at you after watching you in Beauty and Black? Like go off and snatch people, put bodies in bags. Like, how do I go and turn that side of my brain off and see you as this humble queen that is all you want is just to be able to continue your craft even though you have lost your sight. Like I was trying to cry for her, but then I was like, girl, you was just putting bodies in bags. So I don't know, but I love the characters. I love all of them. I could feel something for all of them, but Jermaine, I was just like, boy, take several seats. Like, you trying to take over Fancy's queendom. Like, I need you to get somewhere and sit down, let Fancy live her best life. You trying to take over not only her career, but you're also trying to take over her sister by trying to do the things that he did. It was. I enjoyed all of them though. I really did. Even Tia, right?
That's what's up. That's what's up. My favorite characters, I would definitely say, were Fancy, and I love Jalen, and I did love the mom too. Like, I really enjoyed those three characters the most. I love the mom because it was just such a endearing story of someone losing something and trying to fight for it. Everybody around her is telling her no, but then we have Jalen that comes in and says, no, it's not no. Like, you can still do this, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to make these tweaks. And these tweaks. And I just thought that was just, I don't know, I just love that about like him, like allowing her to still have what she wanted while everybody else around her was so focused on, you're not going to be able to do this, and not seeing how much this was really hurting her. So I don't know. I love those particular storylines. And as we talk about it, we're going to go straight into the matriarch, which is Evelyn. And as I was just talking about her story and how she is struggling and nobody's really paying attention to the struggle. Like, while Fancy is there for her mom, and it's great that she moved back in with her and she's doing all the things that, the elder daughter would typically do. But at the same time, nobody's paying attention. Like, I want to still be able to do this. This has been my entire life. I just lost my husband, and she's trying to be strong and trying to put on this face. But Jalen comes in and he sees it immediately, and he does something about it. He creates her a new studio, and he makes it to where she can get to her tools, like just makes it really friendly for her to be able to do it. And although she had a little bit of issues with it at first, she got a hold of it, and then she ended up making this beautiful masterpiece. And that's when the family finally realized, like, oh, like, this is something that she really loves to do, and we were focused on the wrong thing. So I love this part of the story. You have any thoughts over this particular portion of the story?
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful. Like, it was really, really beautiful. And as one of the moments where she's in there and she's wanting to try to carve, and then she hurts her hand again for like the second or third time, and she starts having this conversation with God, like, God, why? All I want is, this one thing, and you've already taken everything from me. You took my husband, you're taking my sight. All I want is basically the ability to continue to just carve the way that, create and do the things that I'm accustomed to doing. And in the midst of her talking to God, she ends up seeing her husband, and not just a vague image of him, but the full, clear vision, as if her sight, temporarily came back to her, and for her to see him, and she needed that conversation because she'd been missing her husband. So she needed to hear something from him to understand, kind of understand what she's going through, and also be reminded that, babe, yeah, it's not just about you. Our baby girl is gonna need us too. And so I love that moment with the two of them, and especially for her to at least have a clear vision. Now she literally has a clear picture of what needs to be done, and how, it's not just about her, it's about the family as well, especially Fancy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So then the next one we have is going to be the underappreciated daughter. We have the daughter who does everything and is everything for everybody. And while they love her, and while they and when I say underappreciated, I don't mean it in the sense of, oh, they just trifling and they don't appreciate her. I mean that sometimes we take for granted the things that people do for us just because that person is always there and always doing things and always so present and just always that rock. And we don't realize that sometimes it takes a lot to be the rock and to be that strong all the time. And we just kind of continue to throw these things at them, specifically when we have the little sister who's just like, oh, I want this wedding dress. But knowing that, I get why she wanted to have the wedding, because she wanted her mom to be able to see her in the wedding dress with everything that was going on, right? And her possibly not being able to have her eyesight later. And she may not be able to see her in the wedding dress. And she wanted her to be able to have that moment. So I get why we pushed the wedding up, right? But then we get to the dress, right? Which the dress that they showed was really pretty. But she was like, it's just not me. It's mature. Even though I felt like the other dress was a little more mature, but that's just my thought process. They were both pretty dresses, but I think in my mind, they were kind of flipped for me. But that just was her style or whatever. But she talks Fancy into basically making this dress. Meanwhile, Fancy has all of these other things that are going on. And then we also have the boyfriend that we meet, the boyfriend who just thinks that she should just he doesn't have to show up for her, right? But she should just be available to him whenever he needs her to be available to him. And then we have Jermaine and his shenanigans and him wanting to be the top dog, even though Fancy is the one who has put in all the work and has been doing all the things, and being that person that Lila, who is her boss, could lean on. But instead of her just choosing her, she pits her against Jermaine when the clear choice was her all along. Like, what was even the point, right? But it just showed to me that all of these different people just didn't seem to fully appreciate the stuff that she brought to the table, or at least weren't good at showing or saying that they appreciated it, I guess. Because I don't want to be too much on the sister and the mama too much, but the sister was doing the most. What do you think?
Yeah, Bella was definitely a bridezilla. You can say she was a bridezilla. And the dress that they wanted her to originally wear was the mama's dress. Like, they wanted her to wear that dress. And, Fancy was like trying to get her to pass down the tradition. Okay, somebody wore it, now you can wear it. Mama wore it, now you can wear mama's dress. Because it's so quick. Like, they're literally planning a wedding in 2 weeks. But instead, thankfully, Fancy, she puts the pressure on Fancy a little bit, because not only in the meantime is Fancy competing for a position that, like you say, EJ, should automatically be hers anyway, she definitely is, trying to do this whole dress thing, and then for her to turn around and say, oh, well, let's let Jermaine do the dress. Oh, how dare you do that to her little sister? And I love that that I'm about to call her real name, but I love the mother, Brandy, and her daughter being able to play against each other and actually portray sisters versus the mama and daughter in real life. I like that they were able to do that. But yeah, they were definitely, she was definitely underappreciated. She deserved a little more love. Like, give her flowers while she's here. Don't wait until she really crashes out or something. Have one of those type of moments.
Yeah.
Before you appreciate it. And that boyfriend of hers. I'm sorry. Like, you finding out that from when I get married, but you were garbage in this relationship with her. Like, you did not treat her the way that she needed to be treated, which is why she's gonna find comfort in somebody else that's gonna appreciate her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm gonna move on to the actual Christmas wedding, which I thought was just so cute. Like, I love the idea of the Christmas wedding. I love the idea of having, this day and them having this tradition, right? And everything kind of, it went off without a little hitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything kind of came together. You talked a little bit about the dress, about how she wanted somebody else how she was going to let Jermaine do the dress after her sister already started the dress, but her sister, still thinking about her, knew that she wasn't going to like the dress and went ahead and made the dress anyway and still came through in clutch. That's what irritated me about Bella. I said, oh my goodness, she is definitely giving little sister vibes for sure, because they always think, the youngest always thinks that everything just revolves around them and that you have to make these concessions for them all the time. And it is what it is. I mean, younger siblings tend to get away with a little bit more than what the older siblings or even the middle siblings got to get away with it. But overall, I thought that it was a really nice wedding when they have the whole thing with the flood, when the pipes burst, and we have Jalen's character who is right there trying to make sure that this wedding still happens because it is their tradition. I love that, and how he calmed her down. Like, it was just all these moments where we get Jalen, who's just kind of being there for everybody almost, or everybody who needed him at the time. That the sister wasn't going through nothing, but everybody else who needed him, talking about the middle sister, but everybody else who needed him, he was right there for them. So I enjoyed that particular part of it. And I thought that the bridesmaids' dresses, I love the colors. I was feeling the burgundies. I was like, I like this. I could do a Christmas wedding.
Yeah, absolutely do a Christmas wedding. But I have a question though, EJ. If we're doing a Christmas wedding, are we still getting Christmas gifts? Does the bride still get Christmas gifts, or is she only going to get her wedding gifts?
We getting Christmas gifts. We getting wedding gifts. These are two totally separate events. Don't get it twisted. If I'm having a Christmas wedding, I'm getting wedding gifts for the wedding, and I'm getting Christmas gifts for Christmas. Period. Point blank. That's how it gotta be. Because it's just like somebody who has a birthday. Mm-hmm. On Christmas. Like, I feel so bad for those. I used to have a boyfriend way back in the day whose birthday they were twins, and their birthdays were on Christmas Eve. I used to just feel so bad for them because it just sucks to have your birthday on a day where people are already, you get those, where I call it free gifts, where you get free gifts and then your birthday is right there as well. It's just like, people always want to combine it. Don't combine my stuff, okay?
Hey, yeah. Separate gifts indeed. The colors, like you say, AJ, the colors were definitely beautiful. And this man had the audacity to try to propose at somebody's wedding day. Like, what? Really? Richard? Really? I don't like him for this.
Too much.
I do not like him for this role. My bad.
Okay, just team too much. I didn't like him either. But as the story would go, of course, like many of the feel-good Christmas movies go, she is going to turn down the proposal. That does not mean her any good, for the guy who wasn't for her. And not saying that he was just a scumbag, but just saying that he wasn't attentive. Like, he was so career focused and career driven that it was just never going to work, that there was no time for her. It's not like he was cheating or doing any of those things. It's just that it just wasn't the right fit for her. And instead of her pushing forward and marrying someone that she knows wasn't the right fit for her, she decided to, to say no. But then she found something else in Jalen and found that this was a match for her and that this was a person that she could definitely, that she could see a future with. So I love that for them. I loved how it ended. I put this slide here because the lessons, I felt like we had a couple of different lessons that we learned in this. Of course, the lesson of not choosing just because you feel like it's right, but choosing and going with your heart. I thought that was definitely a lesson. The lesson with the sister and not taking people for granted, because at the end of the day, her sister still came through for her and still made that wedding dress for her. The lesson with the mom, I can't remember exactly what I felt like was the main lesson, but I felt like for me, because I probably had other things in mind when I originally made this, but for me, just thinking about it now, one of the main lessons that I feel like that we learned from her was that just because someone says that you're going to be losing something, or just because it feels like so much is happening, that you can still find comfort and joy in things, like she didn't have to give up what she loved, and even though it felt like the weight of the world was coming down on her, she still had so many other things to be grateful and thankful for, even though she was losing something as well. So I felt like that was definitely one of those lessons. And then for Fancy, I felt like one of the lessons, not only did she learn, was not settling, but also was allowing yourself to be loved and following your heart and following your dreams, not taking that job just because, you did work hard, but it wasn't what you wanted to do. Following what you really wanted to do and maybe going towards that passion, which would allow you to have the fulfillment that you truly, truly desired. So I feel like those were some of the lessons that we got out of this. What about you, T?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely one of those, a lot of lessons out of this. We do this all the time. We settle for things that we really don't have to settle for, i.e. jobs, i.e. relationships. And for me, that was the major takeaway from this whole movie. Just not settling and doing what makes you happy. Sometimes, it may not bring us the money or the grace or the power or that we might be looking for, but it's something that's actually making us happy. So go for that. Why end up in a dead end relationship with someone who's not giving you the attention that you deserve? Like, I'm really just still on Richard's neck right now, because he wanted them to be this whole power couple. However, he's causing himself to lose in the end by missing out on important moments with her. So the lesson for him was spend time with a woman, or you're gonna end up by yourself. Yeah, you wanted you guys to be a power couple and a powerful couple. However, your actions were not always giving. You can't just give gifts anytime you can't be there. Your presence is definitely more valuable than just an actual present. And so, she taught him a hard lesson. He had to find out the hard way. He thought it was doing good, but she wanted something different.
Okay, that part. Do we recommend this movie, Tika? Do we recommend this movie? For me, I 100% recommend the movie. If you're a person who likes feel-good movies, if you like those wholesome Christmas movies, if you want something to watch that's gonna give you that, because a lot of times we like stuff to get the comfort at the end of it, like, oh, the thing happened that you wanted to happen, like you wanted that nice cushy wrapped up in a bow type of ending, then you definitely gonna get all of that. This is true to the Lifetime formula. Lifetime has a formula, believe it or not, and they follow it every single time. And when they do, they usually hit exactly what they were supposed to do with the movie. And I think that this was no different than any of their typical normal guidelines that they follow when they make these Christmas movies. I think they did an amazing job. I think it was a great cast, and I love me an all black cast. I love me an all black Christmas movie. Sometimes it'd be my go-tos, and I really enjoyed it. So I really, really liked it. It wasn't nothing like major or anything like that. It was just a nice little wholesome thing to watch.
Yeah, I absolutely recommend it as well, EJ. And not just because I love Brandy, not just because I love seeing Brandy and Soraya together on screen, not just because Calvin Harris was in this movie, but you're going to get the lessons. And I like the way they broke this down to give this to you guys, but you're definitely going to get lessons. You're going to find some moments where somebody is feeling unappreciated, but at the end, y'all, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you smile from ear to ear. You might cry, you may have a moment. So take you on that emotional roller coaster for sure. With Mama, like I said, I really can't. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to divert. I got to go backwards a little bit because what is her name? EJ? I'm sorry. What is the mama's real name?
Evelyn.
No, what's
her
her real name?
Debbie Morgan.
Debbie Morgan.
Debbie Morgan.
I'm sorry, Miss Debbie. I've seen you in Beauty and Black. I've seen you in Divorce and Black. And in Beauty and Black, you just took your acting level to a whole other level. I even seen you back in the day in the soap opera. And for you to go from this hard, rough exterior to this nice, soft, cushy, it took me a minute to dial back and remember it's just a movie. So with that being said, if you're a Debbie Morgan fan, if you want to see her at her finest, this is another one of those movies that you can see because she's going to evoke that emotion from the inside, from your eye glands to your toes to the bumps on your arm. It's like she's going to give you. She evokes that emotion in me in this particular movie. So yeah, for me, I would definitely recommend y'all go check it out for yourself, and we can almost guarantee you're going to actually enjoy this one. Yeah, she definitely has range. Marva. Okay,
that part. She does. To be honest, like I love Debbie Morgan in just about everything that she plays in. One of my favorite Christmas movies, I tell Tika this all the time. I said, I love all the Merry Little Christmas movies. Like I love Merry Little Christmas, the first one, Merry Little Wedding, Merry Little Baby. Like I love them all. And she wasn't on the last one and the baby one. She was only in there like a very minute amount of times, and I could feel the difference. I still liked it, but it's just like I felt her presence not being there as much. I just really like ride for Debbie Morgan. I think she's so great. I'll never forget her in Eve's Bayou. I'll never forget her being in Young and the Restless. Like I will always like that's my girl. I love me some Debbie Morgan. But with that being said, y'all, thank y'all so much for just hanging out with us. This is not going to be a super long live. I didn't want to take a lot away from the movie. I really want y'all to be able to go watch the movie and enjoy the movie. And just, kind of, discuss it and talk a little bit about it from a different point of view, a different perspective without a this happened, that happened type of situation. And just kind of dive into some of the things that I really, really liked about the movie and some of the things because I just feel like there were so many lessons that we were able to get from it. And it was a really good, cute storyline. So if you have not watched it yet, then please take a moment to go over to Lifetime. You can actually go onto the Lifetime app, guys, it's completely free. And you can watch the movie for free right now. So definitely go and do that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me go ahead and pull up some of these comments and see what you guys were saying. Favorite Christmas movies are the ones when they are pretending to be together and then end up together. Yeah, those are actually cute. I love Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy. Okay.
That was good.
I love Jalen when what he did for the mom was just beautiful, just to get her back into the studio. Definitely. Please no pity. My daughter is blind from birth, so I try to be intentional in letting her feel real things like a leaf, a real apple, even rain. That makes my uncle. But my uncle was kind of like Miss Debbie, where he could see first and then he lost his eyesight. So it was a little bit different, but I certainly understand that. And that makes a lot of sense. I love that. That's a great concept.
Just one quick thing I want to say too. She's always like, no pity whatsoever. But I commend you for being able to do that. To be able to encourage your baby girl, regardless of her not being able to see. I commend you for that, because a lot of people would have walked away from that. You know what I mean? So commend you, congratulations. Just keep being the super mom that you are. Thank you for letting us know and sharing that with us. That is something that you do. So thank you.
Absolutely. Belle irritated me a little because she got fancy to make that dress. Then she went to her co-worker to do. Girl, right. Belle was doing a lot. Right. She should have been left the boyfriend, Jacob from Greenleaf. He definitely was Jacob from Greenleaf in this right here. Okay.
Richard was a jerk. Richard was a jerk. He was not doing his job.
How would both of you feel about having or being? Oh, we talked about that. I don't mind being part of a Christmas wedding. You can put me in a Christmas wedding. I'm here for it. I don't be doing nothing on Christmas, though, right? Chilling.
I wouldn't mind being in a Christmas wedding. Just bring me my Christmas gifts, though. Bring me my Christmas gifts and the wedding.
Okay. She said, "Ain't nobody getting a gift, girl. Ain't nobody getting a gift here either this year. Y'all keep them gifts. Ain't nobody getting nothing." Yes, very beautiful way. Okay, girl. Then Jalen and Fancy had similar stories in love and their match. Yes, I did like that. Hey, Deborah came in. She said she was sorry that she was late, girl. We just glad that you made it. I really enjoyed this movie. My only issue was Deborah, you was crazy, girl. Crazy. Shout out to Candy Love. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Join the membership if you haven't already. Also, Tika and I do have a Patreon, guys. If you like reaction videos or just want to be a part of the Patreon and support us in any type of way, please head on over to our Patreon. It is called Ruthless Junkies. You can definitely check us out over there and consider becoming a part of the member, Candy. Becoming a part of the crew over there. Okay. The movie sounds like something I'd enjoy. Yes, it's a real feel-good movie. I think if you're into feel-good, you definitely will. And I think we read these already. Love Different Ranges. Love Debbie Morgan with her acting to add. Thank you. Have a warm evening, ladies. Girl, it's cold already. You see, I already got my blanket. It's cold. But I feel you. I went outside. I've been freezing. Me too. And I still got my blanket because it's cold over here by this window. But yes, that was it, y'all. Listen, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please make sure to hang out with us this week. I think we're going to be talking Power Book 4 Force. We're talking All Is Fair this week. We'll drop our interview with a vampire reaction, I think, this week. And Welcome to Derry, episode 4. We might drop both of those this week, but don't hold me to both of them. One of them for sure. Probably Welcome to Derry, but we'll see. But other than that, we already have Interview with a Vampire up, episodes 1, 2, and 3 from season 1. And then we'll be dropping our review for episodes 4 through 7, should be coming up soon. And yeah, I think that's it on the calendar for this week. I did drop we dropped a review for Kimura's Back in the Fab Lane. She's back. I ain't even gonna lie, low-key kind of enjoyed that. You know, it was nice to see Kimura back. And then make sure to go and check out Tika's review that she did over All's Fair, because Lord have mercy, she's just a lot, y'all. If you're not watching All Is Fair, please go and check out All Is Fair. It's definitely an interesting watch, to say the least, but definitely check that out. Other than that, I think that's all that we have. Tika, do we have anything else going on? I don't think we have anything else.
I will be dropping episode 7 of All's Fair shortly, because Dina done lost her daggone mind, so y'all have definitely got to come back and watch that recap. And that is pretty much it. So that's the last of it, EJ.
All right, y'all. Well, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate each and every one of y'all, and we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that.